I cried in every single episode of this drama. Anyway, hello friends, as you can see from the title, I'm here going to review Itaewon Class, the drama, and I want to make a spoiler-free review and a spoiler-filled one. I think I'm going to keep both in the same video. Of course, I will let you know when I start talking spoilers, and you'll have the time in which I start with the spoilers in the description box. But let's begin. We have a lot to talk about. First, I prepared something, and it's this paper that says some most Korean dramas, cliches, and tropes. And Itaewon Class does this with them. Bye! Literally, they throw out the window most of the cliches that are present in every single drama I've seen this far. I think I've seen 8 totally. I'm Itaewon Class counting. I have the original soundtrack on the back just to add more of an ambience. I don't know if you can hear it. And I don't have a Spotify Premium, so probably we'll have commercials. Anyway, I had to look for the synopsis because I didn't want to spoil you anything. I literally started watching the drama because I knew there was a transgender character and I wanted to see how they portrayed her. And, well, or him, I didn't know it was going to be a her. And we'll talk about it later. So, the original synopsis is that we follow the main character, who is Seroi, who has a father, of course, and he's an executive producer. I think he's something from a food company in Korea. And for some reasons, he dies, and Seroji has to go through a lot of stuff to get to open his own restaurant. That's his goal, his dream, sort of. And he meets people on the way to reaching his goal that help him. And that's it. I know it's not promising, but I promise you, I love this. I literally love this. I finished watching it yesterday at 6:42 p.m. and I still not over it. And I know it's going to take me a lot of time to finally get over it. Maybe I will never even get over it. I started reading the webtoon last night just because I needed more. So, what do we talk about now? We're going to talk about the characters first. As you can see, I'm wearing a different outfit because I forgot to say something. One of the things I love the most about this drama is that the main characters are not 100% good. That's a thing that bothers me a lot, and it's when we have our main cast, our main characters, and they are always 100% good. They are perfect, and here is not the case. We see they react different that we would react to some of the things that happen, especially when the character that's transgender is the real transgender. At first they don't approve, they are not supportive, and maybe they continue being like that, maybe they don't. I'm not gonna tell you anything, but yeah, I love that they are not 100% good. So I have here a short list because I don't remember the names because it's just me. So as I told you, we follow the main character, who is Seroi, and I fell in love with his character. I literally loved his character. He's kind, he's passionate, he believes in what he thinks is right and doesn't let anyone else tell him the contrary. And that could be problematic, but at least here is not portrayed as a problematic trait. Then I'm going to skip the second character and you'll see why. Then we have Yang Dae-hee. He's a really old guy and he's the main antagonist of this series, the TV show Dorama, as you want to put it. And I'm not going to talk much about him since you'll see. You'll see, because I am confident that you are going to watch the drama. Then we have Yang Gun-won, who is... I'm so bad at pronouncing things, like... I literally didn't pronounce the family name of Seroi because I'm useless pronouncing that. Anyways, we follow him, that he's the son of Yang Den-hee, and... well, like father, like son, to be honest. I didn't like him, but I think the actor did an amazing job portraying this type of character. And I love his performance, but I just dislike the character a lot. And then we have Yang Gun-soo, that these three are related, of course. And he's the brother of Gungwon, so he's the son of Dehi. I'm not going to say anything about him. You choose what you feel about him. I'm not going to tell you how I feel. I'm sorry. We continue with I'm leaving the best for last, because yeah, I think I forgot to write. Yeah, I forgot to write one. We have Sua. I don't remember her family name. She is a complicated character because I felt for her. I felt bad for her most of the time. I understood all her actions, but at the same time I was like, you can do it different, you know? You don't have to be like you are being right now. But for the most part, I think she is a really interesting character, even though most of the times I just wanted to just slap some sense into her. Then we have, it's not my favorite character, but it is my second favorite character, and it's Mahinji. As I told you, we have a transgender character, and it's her. I know this could have been done better, since the actress that portrayed the transgender character wasn't transgender, but I thought about it, and since in Korea it's such a taboo topic and it's so hated being in the LGBT community, let alone being transgender, I think the actress really did an amazing job at portraying such a character, and for me it was well done. I still think it would have been better to have a transgender character, because who knows better than a real person, but I loved it, and I love her, and she is so strong. Yeah, I'm amazed. I cried so many times when she was on the screen, because I don't know, the actress put me in her skin, in the skin of the character, and I felt it. Yeah, and it really made me sad that this type of things still exist. This hate towards different people, not just transgender people, but also black. We have a black character here in the drama as well. It's Tony, King Tony, and I also love him. I have a problem with how they portray this character. Not how they portray this character, but that he isn't that much in the drama as the rest of the characters. And his storyline is, I mean, it's understandable that he's not that much because of his storyline, but I don't know, if you want to make a huge statement saying Korean is racist towards different ethnicities, you could have put the character a bit more. But yeah, that's just my point of view. Of course, you can have a different point of view, but I do think it's a step towards a better future, not just against the racism that exists not just in Korea, it exists everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's racism, there's transphobia, and I don't know, it makes me feel really impotent, and I will get filled with rage and hate. Anyways, let's continue. I just wrote this character because I got surprised by him. So we have a character that's Lee Ho-jin, and he meets Seroi in school at the beginning of the drama. I think it was in chapter 1, episode 1. And when he reappears, he's changed so much that I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh my god, who is this handsome fella? And turns out this handsome fella was the one that was being bullied in school. And I was like, no, they are not the same. They don't look at all the same. And yeah, I love his character development, and he says some really hard truths about bullying. I'll talk about it in the spoiler section. And we have Sun Kwang. I'm not going to say much about him since it will spoil things, but I really like him. Yeah, I'm like, everyone is like, you're so ugly, and I'm like, he's cute, stop it. And finally, we have my favorite character. I love her from the very first moment she appears, and it's at the start of the drama, and it's Jo Ji-so. I think in the webtoon her name is Lee Ji-so, but I'm not 100% sure. And she's such a strong, independent woman. She's everything. I love her with my whole heart. And yeah, the time I cried the most in this drama was because of her. Horrible what happened. And now we are going to talk about the development of the drama, I think we follow a lot of years, so it's really fast-paced at the beginning. Then we have a more calm ambient to then at the end everything is fast again. I didn't mind that, to be honest. At first, at last, when we were in the last time, I was like, why? I don't want that time. Give me everything in between. I want more. I want the feels. But I understand why they did that. They tell you at the beginning that it's going to happen, and I love that. Yeah, I love that. And I loved the ending. The last scene was perfect. It made me cry. You cannot understand how much I cried. And when I finished the drama, I kept crying because I had finished it, and I was like, okay, what do I do? What's next? And that's why I started the webtoon. Basically, we get a lot of insight in Korean society as it's nowadays. Of course, it's not perfect, but no society is perfect nowadays. And I think it doesn't get you the insight that your typical doramas does. Like, it's perfect, it's cool, it's cute. Yes, this has these problems, but they can be solved, something like that. No, this tells you the hard truth, and the hard truth is that people with money get away with whatever they want. And I love that. And of course, that's one of the main reasons why this has become such a huge thing. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is the scenery. It's the same as in every K-drama. It's cool, but when it's not cool, it's really lame. For example, we have the same scene in 3 different angles for some weird reason that someone thought this will be a good idea, but turns out it's not a good idea, at least for me. And we also have weird angles. For example, when someone is driving with their car, you have the camera on the wheel. I don't want to see how the wheel goes all like this. How is that called? Roll? I don't know. Yeah, I think now that's it. As I told you, the good thing of this drama is the insight it gives us in the society in Korea. And the bad thing is that some things could have been portrayed better. But I think it really breaks a lot of cliches, and I don't know, it's become my favorite dorama. Yes, I said it. I loved Goblin, but Itaewon Class is just a whole new level. I purchased the soundtrack, and as soon as it comes, I'll have an unboxing for you. And I can't wait for it to arrive. Now we are going to start talking about spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, you haven't seen the dorama, want to watch it, be surprised, leave. Watch it, come back, and we commented. If anyone comments this video, please, if you are commenting spoilers, write the word spoiler first and then leave some space so the people who haven't watched the drama don't get spoiled. I got spoiled about one thing and it ruined my experience a bit because I cry a lot, as I told you. I cried I really cried into scenes, but I did cry a lot because my mind goes to all the worst places, the worst scenarios. If I ship two people, I'm like, they are not going to end up together, and I start crying because I make up things in my mind that may not be true. And one of the spoilers ruined one of that thing. I knew how what the couple was going to be in the end, and yeah, it ruined a bit for me. I knew how it was going to end, so I still cried because it's me. I cry for everything because of everything. I'm like, oh, I'm reading, I'm gonna cry. And yeah, anyway, we are going to start talking about spoilers now. I'm going to wait until it says, let's talk about the spoilers now. So the first thing we need to talk is the food competition. I don't know how it's called, the best pub, I think it was called. And yeah, Gunsu, it was Gunsu, right? Gunsu publishes that Hyunji is a transgender, and we have a lot of drama, and you don't know how much I cried with everything that happened there. I was like, You can do this to her. I mean, after everything she's been through, you still put her through more shit because you want to win? What kind of repulsive mind does that? And anyway, I'm a Slytherin, and I would do anything to win, but I don't think I would destroy someone like that just so I could win. I like to think of myself, I don't like this song, let's skip it. I like to think of myself as a better person than that. And yeah, and the scene in which she enters and she goes all like, I'm a cook and I'm a win. I was like, you go girl, I love you, I'm clapping for you. And when Gunso, because who is going to be the stupid guy hearing of him, goes to, well, they are having Hyunji won and they go to, I don't know if I think it was the second round when this happened, and they go to have a drink or something, and yes, it was the second round, no, it was not when she won the, what's that called? When she won. They go for a drink and Gunso goes out like, do you love Seroi? He asks Seroi if he likes this woman, Jisoo. And when Jisoo leaves running because she's crying and Seroi goes behind after her and she's like, I love you. And he starts being like, I don't love you and all that. And she leaves. That's the thing that made me cry the most. Not because of that, as I told you, I got spoiled, and the spoiler was a kiss between Seroi and Jisoo. And I shipped them, so I knew they were going to have to end up together. If not, I would have cried in every single scene that they interact. Because, yeah, I will start being like, they are not going to end up together. Yeah. Anyway, so seeing her break down like she broke down in the middle of the street, crying her heart out, I was like, since such a strong person break down, Mimi break down, I started crying as well, and that was horrible. I was dreading that scene, I was dreading that episode. I didn't know that the scene happened. I knew, because I saw the preview of the next episode, so I knew that he was going to ask that, Gunso was going to ask that, and that Seroi didn't have feelings for her back then. So that was horrible. I still get teary when I think of it, so we are going to move on. Another thing that I love is Seroi's and Jisoo's relationship. It goes from I like you, you don't like me back to we are both in love, and it goes really slowly and you really see a progression. It's not rushed like in most doramas that you get the main couple in love like this and that's it. That they usually make the main couple be in love in the first episode, and you get the second lead romance couple, the one that's slow, the one that gets all the problems and all the bad stuff and the drama, and this is a commercial, ignore it please. And yeah, we have here the first, we don't have a second, no we don't, because we'll talk about it later. So having it here, I loved it. And another trope that we throw out the window is that the main character only hugs because I was going to say only kiss, but no, only hugs the person he is going to end up with. And here we don't have it, since, let's skip this song. Oh, we are going to leave this because this is Taeyong and Taeyong is my baby. Anyways, he hugs Sua, and I was like, no, she just back then I still didn't ship them, but I forgot that he hugged her, and I was like, I think they hug. What if they did hug? Because in my head, if the main character hugs another woman, that's the couple that's going to end up being the main couple. But no, he hugs Sua in the second episode, I think it was. I checked it, and they don't end up together, and I'm happy. To be honest, at first, I didn't want Seroi to end up with anyone, because Sua have made him go through so much shit, so much bad stuff, that I felt that they couldn't do anything for me to accept them being endgame. And I didn't want Jisoo and Seroi to end up together, because I think Jisoo is too strong to Seroi, if that makes sense. But at the end of the drama, I was like, okay, if they don't end up together, I knew they were going to end up together, but I was like, yes, I approve. Yeah, I have so many things to say and I'm forgetting everything. Also, another thing. Yeah, the thing that I dreaded the most at the beginning before I got spoiled was Jisoo not ending up with Seroi, because as I told you, when I like a character, I want them to be happy, and since Jisoo was my favorite character, her happiness was with Seroi, and if they didn't end up together, I was going to be devastated. But we got her happy ending, and I loved it. I think I would have enjoyed the drama regardless that they didn't end up together, since the reasons why I love the drama are not the main couple. It's all the rest, as I told you, the insight in society, how they don't pay attention to. Well, they did pay attention because they portray the racism and the transphobia that exists in the world here. But yeah, I would have loved the drama anyways. And I wanted to say, let's talk about Tony. So, that pub scene in which they don't let him enter. And the worst thing is that I watched a review, I'll leave you the link in the description, in which it's full of spoilers, in which they say that it happens, and not just with people with different ethnicity, but if you are fat, you are ugly, or something like that, they don't let you enter. And I'm like, we're in the 21st century. What the fuck are you talking about? Speechless. I think I don't want to talk about anything else. Well, I did think that Gunwon was going to turn out to be a good guy, and that he will end up with Sua. Her name is Sua, right? But no, and I'm happy about it. I literally am happy about every single ending. I would have loved to see Hyunji and that other guy. I have to look his name. I always forget. Sung Kwon to end up together, but I mean, having them really together. We didn't get it. We did see them go on a date. That's something. So yeah, and I think that's going to be it for this video. If you feel like I left something unsaid, something you want to discuss with me, feel free to comment on the comments. Write me a comment. But if you are going to comment a spoiler, write the word spoiler in capital letters first. I don't want anyone getting a spoiler. I don't want anyone getting the experience that is watching this drama being tarnished because of it. I'm literally commenting the drama with my cousin. She is watching it right now, and yeah, I'm like, tell me what's happening, because I don't want to spoil anything, and I hope she doesn't see anything coming. I really hope it. Yeah, that's it. We can talk about the love triangle. I don't know why we are going to talk about the love triangle. We have of the love triangles I've seen are between two guys and a girl. We have here one between one boy and two girls, and I love that. And the second lead syndrome is backwards. I mean, the first girl he meets is not the one with whom he ends up with. And I love that, since that's not the real thing. I mean, what we have here is the real thing. Sometimes. What usually all the dramas tells us is that no, he ends up with his first love, because that's what love is. You end up with the one true love. No, that's a lie. You don't have to end up with the first person you fall in love with. You don't have to end up with the first person you like. Your life is going to go through different things, and you may end up with that first person, or you may not end up with that first person. That doesn't mean that the second person you fell in love with is bad, or you are not as much deeply in love with that second person as with the first one. No, and we have here that he ends up with the second person he ends falling in love with, and I love that. Goodbye.